It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this pleasant and solemn function organized this evening in remembrance, regard, and reverence to the Mahan Kalakar of our living memories, the voice of eternal India, the singing sensation, the musician of musicians, the one and the only Mohammed Rafi Sahib on the occasion of his centenary. It was on this very day, on the 24th of December 1924, he was born in village Kotla Sultan in Amritsar district, the rural district of Amritsar of the state of Punjab. Had he not moved from the seen to unseen 43 years ago on that fateful day of 31st of July 1980, he would have commenced the 100th year of his life journey, the sojourn in this planet Earth, from this very day. Time has not weathered the memories of Rafi Sahib, nor has his music staled. With passage of time, it has only gained in fragrance, flavor, and intensity. From the haunting melody of a sweet music recital, vocal recital, to the graceful movements of a Bharatanatyam dancer, to the joyous gathering of the parents and students of neighborhood schools for their annual day, to the Maha-adhivations of political parties across the country, international operas live on this very stage, and meetings of large business conglomerates of this country, the Shanmukhananda Auditorium has been a silent witness to all. Today it is more than an edifice. It's part of a living history. One singular monumental edifice, which in its multifaceted dimension and secular nature epitomizes the city it stands tall and proud in, and in a larger sense, the nation itself. Shanmukhananda is a living tradition. The Sabha has pioneered the cause of music and musicians, both of the yore and of the current, with equal primacy. At every stage of ascendancy of an artist, the Sabha has honored them, felicitated them, provided them a munch for their performance. It has equally celebrated the centenary of Mahavidwans and Mahavidushis of our living times. It is in continuation of that tradition that we are celebrating the centenary of Mohammed Rafi Sahib. Aapki awaaz kayanat par buland karegi, said the fakir in Lahore when he heard Rafi, then a young lad of the 12 years, repeating verbatim, melodiously, what that nomadic fakir was singing on the streets of Lahore. From that day, this voice of God that was endowed to Rafi Sahib has enthralled music lovers across the country and beyond, transported them to a world of ethereal charm, and brought about a type of a sukoon, the like of which can never be described. Rafi and his music came to limelight and caught the attention of the nation in the year 1948. The nation was in deep distress following the sad assassination of Bapu, the father of the nation. It was during that time, Hussain Lal Bhagat, to the music of Rajendra Krishan, to the voice of that young lad of 23 years, Mohammed Rafi, Suno Suno Ye Duniya Wale, Bapu Ki Amar Kahani, ran to the air across the country and brought about a sense of a rejuvenation which depressed and brought down the intensity of the depression that had taken over the nation. That also brought Rafi to the doorsteps of the first Prime Minister of our country, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehru brought him home, made him sing before him, and then gave him a silver trophy. That was the beginning of acknowledgement and recognition of Rafi and his music. For 32 long years since then, Rafi and his music connected the country and the countrymen together. The adoration for this legendary musician is phenomenal by any standards. But the posthumous recognition that he enjoys today is far more greater than the one that he enjoyed during his living times. probably will never be able to comprehend the depth, the range, the versatility of this great musician. In the slippery stands of the silver screen, where treachery is a way of life, many stars have been born and demised. Rafi remains the lone pole star, shining brightly and dazzling brilliantly like a diamond forever. Allah took him early at a very young age of 55 years. On the fateful day of 31st of July 1980, when all appeared normal for him, it was the call of the Master that took him to the world beyond, and the world of music was plunged in darkness and grief. To some of us who had witnessed that last journey, that last ride from his residence in Bandra to the Kabristan in Bandra itself, a sea of humanity, more than 20,000 people had gathered for the last rites of Rafi Sahib on that mournful day. One may live 100 years, but may be of no use to himself, would not follow any lofty ideals in life. They are all decrepit fossils who are tolerated only in the museums of the world. We live in deeds and not in years. In these 55 years, Rafi packed his life with so much of energy that he transmitted to the countrymen and people beyond. Rafi had an uncanny knack of adopting his voice to anyone on the silver screen. Be it the lead actor, be it the character actor, the comedian, the extras, or even group of people who had to say some role in a film, Rafi fitted for all of them. Be it the thespian, the tragedy king Dilip Kumar, the chivalrous Raj Kapoor, the Jubilee star Rajendra Kumar, or the willy, wild Shami Kapoor. Rafi sang as if they were singing on the screen. That was the versatility of this artist, that you would not believe that he gave 136 songs to Johnny Walker, of which 60 were solo for him. Next only to 100 songs that he gave, the highest that he gave for Shami Kapoor. In the year 1957, Mother India was released. To the music of Naushad, Rafi sang, "Na main Bhagwan hu, na main Saitan hu, दुनिया जो चाहे समझे मैं तो इंसान हूँ." आज उस इंसानियत की यहाँ पूजन हो रहा है, उनकी खूबियों और विशेषता की हम आराधना कर रहे हैं, और उसी के साथ इस महान कलाकार की जन्म शताब्दी महोत्सव की शुभारंभ भी कर रहे हैं. On the 31st of July this year, which coincided with the 43rd birthday of Rafi Sahib, the Sabha unfolded the program of events during the Centenary year. The year-long program was unfolded during the year. I'm extremely delighted to tell you that most of the desires, the wish list, the commitments that we had made on that day as we unfolded the programs have seen the light of the day on the inaugural day itself. We are extremely thankful, beholden to the Chief Postmaster General, Keval Kishan Sharma ji, for a proactive role that he had taken. In fact, he was witness for the 43rd Barsi when he came here and took that lead role to ensure that the special cover, the Vishesh Anavaran, and the specially curated, designed postcard of Rafi on the occasion of the commencement of the Centenary are released on this day itself. Thankful to you, sir, for this active role to bring these two over here. And I'm sure as we travel along, during the year we shall have the postage stamp released by the Department of Posts of the Government of India. Singularly, the objective that we had set for ourselves for the centenary of Rafi Sahib was to reach out to the poor. That was Mohammed Rafi. If you were to understand Mohammed Rafi, I think his music had mercy to reach out to the poorest of poor, because he himself came from a poor background, that he had such passion for supporting the lives of poor, and therefore there can never be any celebration of Rafi and his music without reaching out to the poor. And there can never be greater joy for this institution than to tell you that several of the CSR partners of this institution and high net worth individuals have come forward to ensure to fulfill the commitment that we had made on the day that this Sabha shall, during the centenary of Mohammed Rafi, provide free dialysis and free cataract surgery to any poor who would come across to the Sri Shanmukhananda Charitable Community Healthcare Hospital. You will be delighted to know that the hospital of this institution for dialysis is the second largest in the country. And on an average, we do more than 25,000 procedures, of which 85% of the procedures are absolutely free of cost to the patients. To add to that bandar of subsidy that we give to the poor patients, during the centenary of Rafi, we will have more patients coming in who can benefit from curation for renal impairment or for eye impairment for cataract. All this would not have been possible. We are a cultural institution, would not have been possible, but for the support that we had got from our partners. HDB Financial Services Limited, of which the Managing Director is present over here, Ramesh G, had given a grant of 1.05 crores to continue the program. They have been supporting us for a long time, and this year we will ensure that the benefit of this free dialysis goes to the poor patients as we remember Mohammed Rafi Sahab along with the institution that had funded it. Kotak Mahindra Capital Company, its old-time director, Mr. Manin, is also present over here. In fact, he's a lover of music. He loves Rafi more than banking, I believe. They have supported us with a contribution of 60 lakhs for free cataract surgery and also for dialysis surgery. And possibly, if you do well to reach out to the poor, they will continue till the end of the centenary year as well. But that's more in our hands to make them believe that it's all worth supporting this institution and the cause of Mr. Rafi. We have Blue Cross Laboratories Limited. Mahinder Punjwani Sahab is present over here, who have pitched in with a contribution of 30 lakhs for, again, eye care. So cataract surgery will be made possible as we remember Rafi Sahab, thanks to Blue Cross Laboratories Limited. We have several high net worth individuals. I think they have merged themselves into the identity of our institution. First and foremost, we have a Swiss national, Savina Rochelle, who through her power of attorney, she is present over here today. She could not be present. She's in India now, but 87 years. She has contributed 45 lakhs to carry on this free dialysis during this year. Gopalakrishnan, her power of attorney older, himself facing the pangs of geriatry, is present over here today on this occasion. Mr. Ajay Jaishinghani has given a generous contribution of 25 lakhs to carry forward this mission during this year. With these and many more that may follow during the year, we shall be able to also set up an endowment in the name of Rafi Sahab, which will ensure that one dialysis will be performed every day, every working day of our hospital, permanently, perpetually, till you and I live and our hospital survives. That will be the greatest contribution that we shall ever pay to this Mahan Kalakar. We are therefore extremely delighted that we have gone quite a distance as far as implementing the goals we have set for ourselves. But we had also promised that we shall set up an award, Sri Shanmukhananda Mohammed Rafi Centenary Memorial Award for young musicians in the country who follow the tradition, the gharana, if I can put it, or even in my Tamil language, Bani, of Rafi Sahab, who pursue that. The young ones shall be brought over here every year on the 24th of December, coinciding with the birth anniversary of Rafi Sahab. They will be honored with this award, which will carry a cash prize of rupees 5 lakhs, with an additional bonus of being the lead singer in the orchestra that will follow the award ceremony, bringing out the glorious grades of Mohammed Rafi. During this year, 12 programs starting from today are being organized on the 24th of each month. We shall bring out the various facets of Rafi's music through various musicians from across the country through different storytellers who shall bring home the greatness of this Kalakar. It's feast of music of Rafi all through this year. As I come to the end of my address this evening, I am tempted to remember what in 1954 the film Jagrati was released. It focused on patriotism, on the young Indians, the youth of this country. Set to music by Hemant Kumar, on the screen, artist of Abhi Bhattacharya, Rafi sang, हम लाए तूफान से किश्ती निकाल के इस देश को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के तुम ही हो भविष्य इस देश विशाल के इस देश को रखना मेरे बच्चों संभाल के. This was the prophecy of Hemant Kumar and Mohammed Rafi Saab of their confidence about the youth of this nation. We are at the cusp of a transformational orbit in the history of this nation of ours. In the Amrit Kal period, as our Prime Minister said, between 2022 to 2047, it is these young minds who are the architects of this nation, the shapers of this nation, the shakers and movers of this nation, the ones who shall take us to our rightful place amongst the committee of nations. They can pay the best tribute to Rafi Saab and to the like of Rafi Saab, who had all faith in the younger generation, if they can ensure that by 2047, when India achieves the centenary of its independence, it would be one of the most formidable economic powerhouses in the world. Not only that, it will emerge as the spiritual powerhouse, the Vishwa Guru, which will lead the way for the rest of the nations. That would be the best tribute that we can pay to him. May we all be blessed to draw a leaf from the life of nobility of Rafi Saab and incorporate it into our life journey through passage of time in this eternal quest, in this pilgrimage of perfection, a little of the selflessness, sacrifice and seva that has been the hallmark of the life of Rafi Saab and make our life sublime. Thank you and God bless.